And this is Josh Jelinski, the financial quarterback. Don't touch that dial. Investopedia has a whole thing called the Die with Zero strategy. I want to talk about my strategy as well. Now, we're going to tackle a strategy that's turning the traditional retirement planning on its head. It's called Die with Zero. Instead of focusing exclusively on saving and investing for the golden years, this mindset encourages you to maximize spending throughout your life. I like that. It's actually similar to kind of my paradigm. In my book, Retirement Reality Check, it was about giving people a spending plan, not just a saving plan. How to spend all of your money without going broke. So my adaptation is a little different. It's not die broke. It's not traditional. It's how to spend all your money without going broke in retirement. But on experiences, on family, and on giving, I want you to enjoy your wealth. So you don't leave life's joys sitting in a savings account meant to be pissed away by your kids. But as you'll hear, it comes with real trade-offs. The traditional paradigm of financial planning stinks. I am not a big proponent of it, but let's explain what it is very briefly. There are people that are like cutting edge that really aren't cutting edge. They're just following the old paradigm. The old paradigm is you save during your working years, and as you age, you adjust your risk tolerance. So like when you're 40, you have 70 or 80% of your money in the market. When you're 50, you have 70. When you're 60, you have 60. It's kind of like blah. It's what everybody talks about. Having so much in stocks, so much in bonds. And the younger you are, the more aggressive you are. I actually think that's wrong, because when you're young, you're focused on buying a house and stuff like that. And sometimes, if you're aggressive and the market goes down, you can't afford your down payment, there's a problem there. So the traditional paradigm does not account for life. I have multiple problems with it. You build your nest egg to cover retirement expenses, and then you leave whatever's left with an inheritance, and you take what they call the 4% rule. In my book, Retirement Reality Check, I exposed a whole host of problems with the traditional paradigm. If you want a copy of my book, you get one when you schedule and keep your no obligation review at 888-988-JOSH, and just ask for the legendary retirement game plan, and we'll send you my book when you schedule that and keep that appointment. The Die with Zero approach, however, is to spend strategically throughout your life, not just in retirement. It prioritizes experiences and memories, like taking that Yosemite trip in your 30s instead of waiting till you're 70. Give gifts during your lifetime using tax-efficient strategies, like the annual gift tax exclusion, currently $19,000 per person in 2025. You will get to live fully. One of the key benefits is joy. You avoid delaying joy till when you're older. What if you die? My parents died in their early 70s, 70 and 71. If they had money, they didn't. But thank God I took them to places their last 10 years of life so they would have some joy. Smoother transition into retirement because you're already comfortable with spending rather than just saving. That is a big paradigm shift. We help a lot of retirees who are used to saving. They actually get depressed going into retirement because they didn't realize how much they valued work as just a part of their emotional well-being. So a lot of retirees struggle with depression. And then you want to share your wealth while you're alive to see your loved ones enjoy your money. Now, there are risks. There is no crystal ball, and you don't know how long you'll live. Healthcare and long-term care costs can eat into retirement savings fast. So if you spend all your money earlier, you may not have it to take care of you when you're drooling on a bib. Focusing too much on today can mean outliving your money tomorrow. And, it's important for a lot of people to leave an inheritance for children or grandchildren. I think it is innate in humankind to leave their kids and grandchildren better off than they came. I think of that Bible verse, a godly person leaves an inheritance. And I think there's truth in that. Now, if you don't leave an inheritance, doesn't mean you're, not a good person. It's just, I think people have that innate desire. And that's why the spend it all without going broke philosophy, that's mine, where you spend it all, leave it all, covers inheritance, covers legacy, and covers joy. So I give a balanced playbook where we have a hybrid. So you keep saving for the future in a 401k or IRA. You also allocate some of your savings to a life insurance policy that will last for the whole duration of your life, called a permanent policy. You're not doing the life insurance because it's going to beat the stock market. There are some people who say buy term, invest the difference. There's some people say put all your money in life insurance, whole life. We believe you put money into the market and you put money into life insurance. So buy permanent and invest the difference. So it's a different philosophy. Why? You're guaranteed to die. You probably are going to have healthcare issues once in your life. So I love the idea of putting money away in something that protects my long-term care issues, my healthcare issues, and my heirs if I die. That's the leave it all bucket. And then the spend it all is market money, 401k money, IRA money, annuities, things that you can enjoy getting paychecks from today. And you get to allocation a portion of your budget each year to create memorable experiences now. Take that family vacation. Give that gift to your loved ones. Enjoy your money. The beauty of insurance is the fundamental purpose of an insurance policy is to transfer risk, right? So if you're doing this die with zero kind of, I want to really enjoy my money, but I want to do it responsibly. One of the best ways to do it is in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, even 60s, carve a little bit of money out of your budget, 1 or 2%, could be 3 or 4%, depending on your income, and buy a permanent life insurance policy with a long-term care rider attached to it. That way you will have a hedge against 2 or 3 of the biggest expenses, which is disability, death, and long-term care, because that could really derail the whole die broke mentality. So because you're buying, I did this when I was 28, started my first life insurance. Because of my life insurance, I was putting in a lot of money in policies, putting like 44 grand a year, which is a lot for 28. And what I said was, I'm going to bank all this money because I don't know how long I have, but I don't want to not enjoy today with my wife and kids. I want to go on trips when I'm young. And I did it. And having sort of a paradigm shift has given me the ability to help so many people enjoy their money instead of feeling like they're a slave to their money. In the old paradigm, you have this bucket of money, let's call it whatever, $1 million when you retire. And you can never spend the principal, because if you spend the principal, then you're killing your soldiers off. And let's say the market goes down 40%, you have $1 million, and you took 50 grand out. Now you have like $500,000 on what was $1 million account. So you can't do it, doesn't work. So what you end up doing in the traditional paradigm is you don't spend or enjoy your wealth. At the end of the day, dying with zero is less about recklessly spending and more about intentionally living. It challenges us to ask and challenges you to ask, what is the point of building all your wealth if you never get to use it to enrich your life and the lives of those you love? But you also want to be the quarterback of your own future. You want to be the owner of your own team, calling the plays that protect against risks and ensure you don't run out of money in the fourth quarter of life. That's why we're here, the financial quarterback, because you want to leave a legacy of memories today, but be responsible with tomorrow and enjoy today.